Good afternoon, this is Minister Paul, trying out my new video. Checking out the audio. You're looking at a empty chair right there. Tell you about this dream I had last night. So powerful. Did I say it's Minister Paul from Northern California on 1/7/2013? In this dream, this man, very well dressed, was trying to get me back to go into business that I used to be in, to leave the ministry behind. And the way he was justifying it was I could use the money I made to fund my ministry, which has no funds. So, that's the deception. People are waiting for a great deception, not realizing they're already living in it. And that is the deception. It's on TV, it's on the movies, it's in the schools, it's in our government, it's everywhere. It's consuming the world. And grows stronger daily. Well, in this dream, he wants to introduce me to these two giant bodyguards. Everybody knows I used to own a bodyguard company, amen? So he convinced me to go, but something, I had red flags going off. But I was willing to hear his story and see what it was about. I was kind of on the fence on it. And remember, this is just a dream. But it was a dream from God. We're led for me to grasp how truly tall they were. We met in this stadium, and there was football players and basketball players in there, and there was these two giants. And, some basketball players I know are 7'3" and taller. These giants towered above that. 8, 9, 10 feet. 12 feet. Never seen anything like that in my life. You think basketball players are tall? I used to escort them onto a bus when I did security after 9/11. They put armed security at Sacramento International Airport, and when the Lakers would come into play, they would come in with the sheriff on the bus, and he would escort them off of the plane and out a back secret exit into Arco Arena. And then when they would come back, it was my gate. Without going into much details, I boarded their bus and searched it to make sure that there was nobody on it but them, and I checked in with the sheriff that actually rode his job. What a good job, huh, to ride with the LA Lakers. I remember it was during when the Kings and if you're a sports fan, the Kings and Lakers had took the finals to Game 7, and Lakers barely won. And I saw Shaq. Man, when you see someone 7'3" in person, I'm 6'2". That's over a foot taller than me. These giants, anyway. Just giving you an experience I had. These giants were like they would hover above Shaq. They were so. We meet in this stadium, and he's leading me to introduce me to these two giants that are going to become my employees, like work for me, and they're also going to protect me because, one of the reasons I don't want to go back is because the world's so dangerous and evil and there's so many shootouts. But with these two guys, I could take my company around the world. But as I began to approach them, my discernment radar went off that I was approaching evil. Danger, danger, evil, evil. And they were sitting there smiling. See, now without the Holy Spirit and without discernment and being filled with Jesus Christ, I'd have walked right up to him, left my ministry, and they were demonic. They were demonic. And Christ said he stepped in between us wearing a white robe, and he just stopped me and them. We were kind of walking towards each other. Jesus stepped in the middle of us, and he said, "You've fallen," to those guys. And then the man that was leading me there was standing next to him. And so I'm in the middle of like a basketball court or something, or a football field. And I'm standing there, and the man that had led me there through deception is standing there with these two giants or fallen angels or whatever they were. And it'll all be revealed, I promise you. Just like Matthew 7:21 is the word I got last night, that I'm studying and studying and studying. I made a 27-minute video of it. God said it's not good enough. Matthew 7:21. Depart from me, I never knew you. Jesus Christ, he's standing in the middle of me and them, and he said, not this one, talking to me. He's mine. Jesus Christ, he's rebuking them. He said, not this one, referring to Paul here. He's mine. And I woke up. And then I heard the Lord say, I want you to study, remember this dream, and share it with as many people as you can. Because there's coming a day when they will just see an empty seat there, son. You will be with me. And they will have been deceived through the world. So you're going to wake up one day, somebody watching this, and this is the cry of my heart. You will have been deceived into loving the world rather than serving God in his perfect will. And people will be caught up. And you think just because of what you did 20 years ago, that's good enough. But actually, you fell away from God and quit obeying his commandments and quit praying to him and fell out of a relationship. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Jesus Christ just spoke to me. He said, you lost your first love. You may have cast out demons in the past. You may have prophesied in the past, but the love of the world has consumed you. And so you're not operating in God's will. Read Matthew 7:21, 20 and 21. And you're going to wake up one day and the feed's going to be a lot more empty than it used to be. And you'll be left behind. I'm not talking to anybody in particular. I'm just giving the message God told me to. It's time to kick up your discernment, saints. Because I'm doing a study on Matthew 7. Particularly verses 21. And God told me to study that. And I said, well, how am I going to, this is one of those scriptures that has put the fear of God in me since a youth. He said, I'm going to reveal the answer to you. You'll get 1,000 answers on YouTube and Facebook and 10 different answers from 10 different churches. But the only answer you need to listen to is mine. And I'm just putting this out there as a message in obedience. I'm not saying it's meant for anybody on my channel. It's just a message from the Holy Spirit that was given to me that I've been commanded. Ezekiel 33, 1 Corinthians 12, Ephesians 4:11 to share. Shalom. And pray for me, saints. And by the way, I'm going to put a link to the prayer room. People are coming in it and there's nobody to talk to them. There's someone in there right now. Someone came and went while I was making this video. You want to pray. There's a room open for you right now. I'll put a link to it. Shalom.